Welcome to the Temple of Flame. On today, Pit Black Lights, we take a look at this. And what this is from Taleen, it is the Habanero crunchy peanuts. So they're sort of coated like the Japanese style peanuts is kind of what this looks like to me. So nice they did it twice, Habanero, and I don't know why they chose this color to go on this background, but these were part of an exchange between myself and the fantastic creator Barrel Shape right here on the youtubes.com. Go and check out his channel as well. My sort of spicy food, in a way, partner in crime, I suppose. So we have capsicum oleo resin. That's the extract as the driver. And then we have habanero as a flavor. So I'm not quite sure what to make of these. So this was one of the snacks that I think Barrel Shape had mentioned was one of his favorites, and it sounded really interesting. I couldn't find it anywhere, and I've got a nuts playlist, and it was something I sort of had on the back burner, and then we're going along, and he seems interested in some sauces, and I happen to be going to BYT for some pickup of some other stuff. And I said, hey, do you want me to grab these while they're there? Because they weren't available from the manufacturer anymore. And then we just did this little exchange. There will be another video coming for the other item, which I won't get into here. But let's have us a little look-see at... Okay. So they're very colored here. They're very not colored here. And they're not all the way coated for some of these. That's interesting. They smell rather pungent. So we've got... I suspect there's vinegar in here. Let's take a look. Or maybe a citric acid of some sort. Yeah, there's the citric acid. Do we have... Interesting. MSG in here as well. That's kind of neat. All right, so here they are in close-up. These are fairly nicely coated. I guess we might as well just get on into it and see how they go. The coating does remind me a bit of the Japanese style peanuts. We do have a rapid onset of heat from the extract. These don't really read as extract though. So in that respect, they have managed to sort of skirt the curse. So I'm not quite sure on the flavor. How much I like these. I do like the way they prepared the peanuts though. It seemed to be a nice boiled peanut. Quite lovely as far as the peanut texture and everything. So I'm going to do something I almost never do in these videos and get a palate cleanser, and I'll show you why in a second. So along with those, he also sent these. These are the chili lime. And I'm not a big fan of fakey lime stuff. I think lime as a flavor is overused, honestly. So these don't really have color. But then, so riddle me this. Riddle me this. These are red ones. These are not. However, the red ones are in this bag, and the non-red ones are in the other bag. So maybe this is habanero instead of chili lime? I wasn't originally going to do these in the same video, but I thought I'm probably not going to like these very much, so just for coverage, I'll just throw them in. But we'll see how they go. Oh, wow. Whoa. Whoa. Oh. 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 Whoa. Yeah, these are, oh boy. There is extract in these as well. They must have, these are almost identical labels. They must have just pushed up the citric acid forward. It doesn't taste like lime. It tastes like citric acid. I just want to see if there's any heat in these. I mean, there is some, but it's very slight. Oh boy. Those are... Very forward with citric acid. I find this so confusing. These on the bag are the color of these. It's so weird. We're gonna not do any more of these. There's no real heat there. Extremely pungent. Oh man, wow. Those are honestly a little bit raw. Holy moly. They just, I guess sort of unpolished, I guess, is kind of how I would look at the chili lime ones. So these are the question mark ones. These are the habaneros. Which are the same color as the ones on here. I don't understand that. Why are the ones in the green bag red and the ones in the red bag this sort of beige? And this is the first time that I've ever had these, so I don't know. It's normal. Hopefully, Mr. Shape will make his way back in here and answer that question, because I think he's had them numerous times before. There's ever really sort of weird off note to it, which I think is a habanero flavor. It is quite interesting. I've never had anything like these before. And if you go to the hot nuts in my mouth playlist, you know that I've shoved a lot of hot nuts, a lot of other people's hot nuts in my mouth. So I like that I can find something unique. Or something, I guess I didn't find it so much as it came to me, but I like that to have this sort of unique experience. So I definitely would not myself get the Chile-Limon if they were available in my area. These, I'm kind of going back and forth. I do like Habaneros. There's a decent degree of heat to these. It is this one says Sabor Artificial on it. Actually, this one does too. I think that's the thing that's kind of throwing me a little bit. I do like the heat. Even if it's extract. I like how they prepare these before coating them. There is a little back end of sweet in there as well from the cane sugar. The citric acid is just a bit too forward for me, though. I think if they move the citric acid let's see, where is it? It is it's kind of in the middle. If they would have put it maybe right before the hydrolyzed soy protein, so you have the sugar more forward and the citric acid further back. I mean, I get it. It's supposed to be a Mexican snack. It's supposed to have that sort of aspect to it. These have a really nice savoriness to them as well. It is I think just for my specific palate, I'm not really a big fan of citric stuff in snacks. And this one is definitely better than the other one. That was kind of fun. I don't think I've ever had that flavor quite like that before. I don't think I would say they're among my favorites, though. But I do think they were quite interesting. If this one just had the citric acid dialed back more, I would like this a lot better. One of the things I don't like about citric acid is what's going on right now, which feels like I've taken sandpaper and sanded my tongue with it. And that is super unpleasant. I don't like that sensation. And every time I have something with fairly high citric acid in it that's a snack, in conjunction with like salt and stuff, that is inevitably what happens. But I think the heat is like reasonable. I think it's respectable. Personally, I wish they would have used like habanero flakes in the mix, but these are out of Mexico. Who makes this? I can't quite make out the name of it. I don't know how to pronounce the name of this. The company that makes these, but they don't necessarily look like a Mexican snack. They almost look like Indian or something. But yeah, it was fun to try. I will definitely be finishing these out. I am less certain on the Chile-Limon. I might wind up giving those to somebody who likes that a little bit better than I do. But I also might try to make some Mexican type salad and throw those in there, because I think they actually would be pretty decent in there. By themselves, I'm not a huge fan of those. These I will have by themselves. But these were the ones I really wanted, the habanero ones. Yeah, and I mean, I think overall they're pretty solid. Like I said, a little bit too forward on the citric acid for me, but overall, I think fairly nice. And I don't know that people are necessarily like, you get a tube, but you get a bottle of dry roasted peanuts, and you can just slug away handfuls of those. I don't think that's what they meant for these, and so I think probably in smaller doses they might go a little bit better. But yeah, very fun, and I hope it is the start of more future exchanges. This has been a pretty cool thing to this point. So again, check out Barrel Shapes channel, and we'll just leave it right there. So that was the Taleen Habanero. What are we calling these? Crunchy peanuts. On the 4th, in peace, to serve the flame.